Hi there everybody at the XDA developer forums and around the internet. Call me Impromark because my name is Mark and I like improv. And today we're going to be looking at the LG G-Pad 8.3 generic TPU case with the X on the back. Okay, before we get started here, a couple words about the G-Pad itself. I really like this tablet. I like the size and the form factor. The resolution is great. It's a nice, snappy tablet and everything. I love all the extra features like the knock-on and knock-off, blah, blah, blah. It's all really cool, and I think it's a very solid design. And I think it's been getting a lot of good press recently, especially with the recent release of the Google Play Edition. I have the standard commercial edition here, but again, I'm not complaining. And thanks to XDA, there's a fairly strong developer community going around this one. So I'm sure that this will be nicely supported by ROMs and other stuff for a good time to come. If there's a complaint, I'm sure that other ones have, other users or owners of this can attest and sympathize, is that on the back of any device with an aluminum shell, it will eventually pick up slight scratches and definitely a lot of fingerprints. So some protection is in order. For me, in my case, I very quickly went out to get a matte screen protector. So I don't know if you can see with this camera setup and everything, but I have a matte screen protector on because I really like how that changes it. And with the resolution, the 1080p resolution is actually really cool looking. However, so that protects your front, but on the back, you know, fingerprints, scratches, and everything, it will start to happen. It's happened a tiny little bit with mine. So I was looking for a case for the G-Pad right away, and I found it really quickly. It showed up on AliExpress, and I grabbed it from there as soon as I can grab one unit instead of 10,000 units, and it arrived in about 3.5 weeks. So it took a little while, but it's here now. So let's take a look at the review, shall we? Let's step back in time to when I opened up the envelope and put the protector on, the case on for the first time. Okay, so this is just to show you how I received this case. It came in standard sort of bubble ope, and I've already sliced the top here, but I haven't removed it, so let's take a look what's inside. And lo and behold, there we go. So getting away with the envelope, and it comes in a plastic sleeve. Let's take that out, and they didn't advertise it when I bought it, but they did include a tiny little stylus, again worth about 2 cents in my opinion, because that's what it is, and it comes with a paper insert. Also, we saw this in the ad itself, so how that goes. Impressions on the case itself, it looks pretty good, nice and solid. It's obviously bendable and everything, and it's a solid black. I cannot see through it. The pictures didn't really show whether or not the black version was going to be completely opaque or not. You can see on the back here there is a kind of a two-tone texture to it. This one feels really grippy, and this one's really slidey and everything. Okay, so that's it, and it's a nice shade of black. Then, well, all there is left there is to put our handy-dandy G-Pad right into it. Should fit nicely. I'm going to try to put it in from this side then. The side, not the top. You can tell I don't do it very often here. I only have had 2 or 3 tablets in my lifetime. Okay. Here we go. I'll just turn this thing off for the sake of it, but now that it's on, and solidly so, definitely feels great. I can still hold it in one hand without any real problems. It adds a little bit of weight, obviously, but not that much. It feels really good in the hand. Looking at the holes here, obviously everything matches up properly. The IR blaster hole is a little bit off-center, but it doesn't block it. And everything else, the audio jack and everything seems to be great. It does give a lip. Obviously, you can see here. It feels like if I did drop it, or when I will drop it rather, it will not destroy the screen because of the lip and will help protect it. So that's basically it. It looks good, it feels good turning on the screen. It doesn't detract from the experience really at all because it's black on black. It really looks cool. Now I'm going to turn the camera off and play around with this case and the G-Pad for a little bit, and I'll be back with my impressions. See you in a bit. All right, I've had a chance to go upstairs and test out all the features of this thing with the case on, and the conclusion is that it is a very good case and it works very well. As I noted earlier, not all the ports line up correctly or exactly. The IR blaster port up here is not perfectly aligned, but that's okay. I went upstairs and tested it on my TV and everything, and it works fine. And the microphone hole here is also not aligned. In fact, it brushes up right against the edge, but I tried the memo voice app, the voice memo app rather, and it works perfectly fine too, so there's no worries there. As for the rest of the ports, the audio jack is perfectly fine. I have slim earphone jacks, so they are able to fit in perfectly. If there's enough room around here, so I would imagine that even a thicker one would be perfectly fine. As for the USB port, it works well too. I tried out the charger, the charger port for it, as well as the standard micro USB, the one I use to connect to my PC, and it works absolutely fine. No complaints there. Also, there's the molded side buttons here, the one for the power and for the volume as well, and they work well enough as you would expect. I would like to point out though that I like to use the knock-on feature whenever I can, and so I don't use the power button all that much. But for volume anyways, it works fine. So that's basically it. Oh, if there's one thing to complain about, it would be this two-tone texture here. It looks really nice, and the grippy part is in fact very grippy. I like how it feels. The problem is that with the shiny part, it is a fingerprint super magnet. I feel like if I look at this thing too harshly, it will just get even more fingerprints on it. Maybe it'll change over time as it wears in, but as of right now, it just looks kind of weird on the back with all the fingerprints. But that's about it. And I would recommend this. I would buy this again for sure. I don't know if I would get it off of AliExpress because I paid about 10 bucks when it first came out, but now you can find it for about $6 Canadian with shipping off of eBay and other vendors. So I guess you pay a price to be the first-ish guy to get it, and I was happy with it. I am happy with it. The $4 is, well, it's a difference, but it's what you guys want. When I get it again, well, I would probably wait for eBay next time just to save that $4, but you know what? Overall, I think we're good. And so that's it. That's my quick review of the LG G-Pad 8.3 generic TPU X case. Call me Impromark because my name is Mark and I like improv. See you guys around.